it makes more sense for you then to, it makes sense if there is a, doesn't, okay, let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you think it makes more sense that if there is a creator, that he would want us to lead a life according to what he wants? So the first person to ever made the mobile phone, he would have had a manual.
But my argument is, if there was a creator, why would he let what goes on in the world go on?
Okay, the problem of evil. This is commonly referred to as the problem of evil. Why would an all good, all benevolent creator allow such things to happen in the world? Things which are cause calamities, death, destruction, whatever the case may be, injustices. Yeah. But as I said, this is not the land of milk and honey.
No, I know what you mean.
You understand? This is life is a test.
Yeah.
If it's all milk and honey now, where is the test?
Yeah, no, that's a valid point.
You understand? So
point.
God then sees, okay, if you go for a particular difficulty or calamity, will you come to me? Will you invoke me? Because I am your creator, you're going to return to me. So those who laugh and say, oh, how can there be a creator and we're going to be all created again? The fact that we're here in the first place is evidence that we're here in a miraculous way, in a set way.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
You understand? So as people of faith, then we know some things are certain, death. And that we have that our creator is someone who has created the whole universe. Because if you think about it, what's the other possibility? Something coming out of nothing. And no sensible person can really think along those lines. I mean, like I said, science tells us 13.7 billion years ago, bang, an explosion took place. How did that all come about? What was around it? Incomprehensible, yes?
Yeah.
However, the point is, it makes more sense that there's something beyond the universe, which created the universe, in the metaphysical. As me and you speak, if I stretch my hand out to you like this, there's space.
Yeah.
The universe, when the Big Bang happened, the various elements went forth. Space, time, matter, energy went forth. Okay? So, but what we can't understand is the metaphysical. What was there before that Big Bang? What metaphysical entity there was? No one knows. But the thing is, it's more plausible and more probabilistic that it was set by something beyond the universe who ignited it. Otherwise, what would we do? We would get into the problem of infinite regression, which means it goes on forever. And if that is the case, we would never be in the present.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Just say we get a massive past series of chain of events. Will we ever come into the present? No. Because it will be infinite. So the infinite regression makes no sense in practicality. In theory, it may mathematical, but not in practicality.
Yeah, no, mate, you're right. But so I'll always stay the same and I'll always be an atheist. I just.
But you see, you'd have. But one thing, that's fine, no problem. I mean, you know, where there's no compulsion in anything. That if you want to believe it, by all means. But it's something for you to consider. What I may have spoken to you, weighing out the probabilities.
Yeah.
Is there more of a chance that there is a creator who set this all in motion, or we've all come out of nothing, which is too incomprehensible to even consider? How can nothing create something?
Well, it could be debated for hours and hours, couldn't it?
Well, in effect, not, because in the philosophical element of it, just makes you consider. Science can only tell you a certain amount in terms of empiricism. It's an excellent tool to use, but at the end of the day, it's only a particular tool. And you know, people of faith, they encourage the understanding of science, how the universe came into existence, the various protons, electrons, hydrogen, helium, which all went forth. What was it that caused this? It must have had a conscious, think about it this way, it must have had a conscious will.
Yeah, no.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how then can one remain rigid in the belief of atheism then, that it all just propped into existence?
I don't believe, no, I believe I say I'm an atheist, I just don't follow any religion, I just follow my own way of life, that's about it.
Give me 2 seconds. Okay, well, I'm inviting you to understand who the creator is. You're not compelled to. I can offer you a nice free copy of the Quran in English. Our belief is that God is one, supreme being, unlike his creation. It's beyond his creation, which makes sense in terms of someone who would be in the metaphysical, who's created the universe. Could I give you a free copy of the Quran in English?
If you want, I'll read it.
You're a gentleman.
I won't say no to read it.
You're a gentleman. Yeah, Quran, please. Yeah, can you come over, bro? Until the cows come home, it all boils down to that singular point. And it makes more sense, therefore, that there must be something so beyond it, so astronomically powerful, who's created all this. It could only then point to a divine creator, something beyond. And the Quran, which you can read,
Yeah.
it says, Allah says, God says, say He is God, the one, the absolute,
Yeah.
the one who everyone needs. He begets not, meaning he doesn't give. He's not given. He doesn't give birth to, or neither does he give birth to. So he doesn't give birth to anyone. Neither was a birth given to him, and there is nothing like unto him.
Oh, I've got a good hour and a half train journey, so
Good man. Have a good read.
I'll have a good read.
I appreciate
Thank
your
you
time. Take care. Thank
Cheers.
you so much. All right.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.